Her heart cannot take any emotions anymore, the doctor said. No excitement from now on, no joy, no love, no frustration, and so on. Neither frustration is allowed nor sadness. She cannot choose heartbeats over numbness. She was laying there, not knowing exactly what happened to her, trying to figure out how many days and hours passed since her heart was taken over by a machine, by which her heartbeats were suppressed, just to keep her anxiety busy. She started to count the days she spent to get rid of that numbness, to avoid feeling things. It has been 75 years, 3 months, 56 days, 3 hours, and 39 minutes. She instead was born to be a free spirit, a woman of joy, a woman of inspiration to those who don't see life as something to enjoy. She whispered songs and poems in their ears, and those ears were the gateways to run away from her own fears. Only that 28 hours spent in that hospital was when her heart started to feel her body. Till then, her hands, her arms, her waist, and her lips always belonged to somebody. She tried to hug herself, and that's when her heart almost stopped. That much of compassion was something she never knew. She felt trapped. Her brain said run, her body said no, her heart was split. She didn't know where to go. All she could do was to cry in silence, closed her eyes, and invited her childhood for a little dance. She was almost going to feel sorry for herself, but she chose to dance instead, with her childhood in her head and with one of her hands in her other hand. Loneliness, she said, I'm trying to heal from. What does it take to heal? She thought. Not a lot of pain, not a lot of crying, not a few therapy sessions or a hug from a friend after confessions. It only takes time to heal. What does it take to heal? She thought. Not a lot of energy, not a lot of youth, not a lot of shame or your guilt. It only takes time to heal. What does it take to heal, she thought. Not a lot of sleeping pills, not a lot of patience, not some decent advice or a little compassion. It only takes time to heal. What does it take to heal, she thought. Not a lot of understanding, not a lot of grief, not some sort of self-esteem or a bit of irrational belief. It only takes time to heal. What does it take to heal? Not a lot of money, not a lot of good food, not a lot of fancy shoes or a new neighborhood. It only takes time to heal. What does it take to heal? Not a lot of books, not a lot of movies, not some inspiring stories or a few songs or a few poems. It only takes time to heal.